this is more advanced. What we're going to go over today, the 3 things we're really going to focus on are building a website within Canva, 2, how to create video within Canva, and 3, how do you integrate AI, artificial intelligence. So right now, the big hot topic is ChatGPT, AI, right? And so I just taught this class. I taught ChatGPT last time I was here. I've taught it. I know you guys were in class last week. But that's the big topic. And so now, AI, whether it's ChatGPT or Bard or whatever platform that you're using, whatever tool you're using, it's going to be integrated into pretty much all systems. So Canva being one of them, they hopped on the train really quickly, and they have a lot of AI already integrated into here. But what I want to start with, first and foremost, we're going to start with the websites, building the websites. Has anyone built a website yet in Canva? No, perfect. Okay, this is going to be really fun. Disclaimer with Canva, every time...
Sorry, there's lieutenants upstairs and they're doing their TIs.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm sorry. All improvements.
Yeah.
It's really fun every
It's
day.
alright, we'll get through it. So with Canva, I always prefer to work on a computer, right? You can download the app, you can use the app, but it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt if you're trying to navigate all these things. And I'm sure if you've tried it before, you know what I'm talking about. To move things around on the app is a pain. So I always recommend doing things on the computer, your desktop, and then from there, if you ever needed to download something to your phone, that's when you're going to use the app. You're going to build it here, go to your phone, download it from the app. That's what I believe is the easiest. So starting in Canva, the first thing, now I'm going to show you 2 different ways to begin creating your website. The first way I'm going to show you is you're going to start by building a presentation. And so the presentations are going to, there's a couple different size specs that they have within here. We want to start with the 16 by 9. 16 by 9 ratio is going to be the presentation size that you want to do. So once I click on presentation, now it's going to show me all of the layouts here on the left, right? So you name it, they're in here. Lots of different design if you want minimalist, if you want retro, any design style that you'd like, you can browse through here. Last time, I looked up real estate. So here are different templates already designed for real estate. A lot of these, if you preview through them, they're kind of listing presentations, so you might need to edit them a bit, but just find one that speaks to you. Remember, don't get too caught up in the colors and the fonts. If you're like, oh, this is blue, but I use red, right? Don't worry about that, because you can change, of course, all of that design styling, right? But you just want to find a template where maybe the layouts is something that really speaks to you. So scrolling through here, this one, last time I was doing this one spoke to me. So this is the template I want to do. You can see all the different pages, and I'm going to make this just a smidge bigger. You can see all of the different pages that relate to this particular template. And as I click one, right, it's going to build it out. If I want to do a second one, let's add a new page, and so forth, right? So you begin to build this presentation. Now I don't want to spend all of our time building it out, so we already have it built out here. This is a listing. It actually just closed, but this is a listing where we're taking the photos that we have of it and the property information from MLS, and we are creating a website. Notice you're going to always want to put that logo on there, so make sure that your logo is on. It's not on this particular example, you don't see it on every single page, but you are going to want to put that logo on every single page for compliance purposes. And I'll show you how it previews, but we have our header. This is going to be your home page. Then you're going to have your overview, right? That's your brief overview. You've got bedroom, bathroom, square footage. And I'm trying to make it a little bit more visual than word heavy. With websites, that's what people are going to prefer. With looking at homes, that's what people are going to prefer, right? They like the visual. You've got a page for kitchen, for primary suite, backyard, etc. Notice each page within the presentation is labeled. That is important. That is something that you guys definitely want to do, is you're going to want to label every single page name, because that is going to be the tabs. When you build that website, you know, at the top there's all the different tabs of how you navigate. That's what the name is going to look like. So if you were to call this pepperoni pizza, like that's what the header name would say. So make sure that it is relevant to whatever content is in there. All right, so now it's all done. We've taken the time to build this out. You guys know how to do all that. So share. What people are going to do is, let's see more. Where is the website link? There should be a website link, right? We'll do right here. Public view link. So this is going to, of course it doesn't want to be friendly with me. Public link. Alright, well it should be right below all of this, if I could scroll farther down, there's going to be a link that's going to generate. Now the problem with this link, if I keep scrolling maybe it'll take me to the bottom. The problem with this link is it's going to be really, really long, so forgive me, you can't see it right now, but if I could scroll to the bottom of this, you would get a really long link. Basically, it would look like this, minus the edit, right? So it wouldn't have the edit at the end, but it would be the rest of that. And so the problem with that, two things. One, it's ugly. Two, if you're sending it to someone and they don't have a Canva account, that person cannot view it, right? So what it's going to do is it's going to prompt them to log into a Canva account, and at that point, if people don't have one, they're like, forget it, don't want to deal with this, right? So that's the problem when you try to use a public link. Again, the public link is really, it's just going to be this right here. Also, an issue with this is it's not necessarily mobile responsive. So meaning if someone were to pull it up on their phone, it's not going to be fit exactly how you want it vertically, because this was built 16 by 9, right? So we're talking about all these issues of, okay, well, if I can't use this link, what am I going to do? Now, what you would want to do is you would want to resize this to a website. Now, why did I not start with a website at the beginning? Why did I start with a presentation and then resize it? Well, the reason is because you have a lot more editing options when you're doing presentation style. It's easier to edit all of these little elements. I got this logo here. I've got, how I want to space this out. It's a lot easier to edit in presentation mode and then resize it to website mode. Because once I'm in website, it's just going to be a lot easier to edit here. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay. Once I'm here, now notice at the top, this is a different button. So on presentation mode, you didn't have this. Here, you have something where it says publish website. This is your goal. This is what you want. I'm going to do publish website.
I'm sorry, could you go back? How did you get there? Presentation.
Yes, and so then I would resize.
Oh, resize.
And then I'm going to look for website. Now the problem is if you have a free account, you can't do this action for free, right? You have to be pro to resize. Anything with that crown symbol means you have to be pro. So if you are a free user, you're going to skip that whole build it out in presentation mode. You're going to go straight to website mode. You're going to skip that whole beginning. The only problem, like I said, is it is a little bit harder to edit. It's easier to edit on presentation mode. That's why we started there, and then we converted to websites. Okay, does that help?
Mm-hmm. What is the cost for the premium?
For premium, it's $120 for the year. And if this is a tool that you are using once a week, it's totally worth it, honestly. And some of the later things I'm going to show you today, those you would. Some, yes, you need pro, some you don't. But a lot of them, yes. So it is worth it if you are using it frequently.
It's a tax exemption too.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of your business.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, we have publish website. Now, when I publish it, you always want to check resize on mobile. That makes it, mobile responsive. So if someone were to pull it up on their phone, it will resize accordingly. And then here you go. You have without navigation or with navigation. So we want to do with, because remember what I said on presentation mode, how you name each one of those pages? That's going to be that tab of what you see. So if you were to do without, you wouldn't have that little heading, right? So with is going to allow people to be able to browse through each page. Here's your options to publish. You are able to get a free domain from Canva. They will host it for you for free. If you are a free user, you are allowed to host 5 sites at once. So you can have 5 sites published for free. If you are a paid user, you can host unlimited sites for free. You can build as many as you'd like and have them all live at once. So that's your option. Free domain, published Canva domain. I think that's by far the easiest. You can also purchase a domain through Canva, and Canva will host, but you're purchasing a different domain. The reason, I'll show you the differences between the two here in a second. And then use my existing domain. So let's say you already have a domain that you bought through GoDaddy, right? You can transfer that, and Canva will be your host, your site host. So let's go to this free one. I'll show you what that looks like. Continue. Your URL, you get to customize it, but it's always going to end with my.canva.site. So whatever I put here at the beginning, so we just named it the property address. But it's always, like I said, it's always going to end with my.canva.site. That's what you get when you host with Canva, and you use their free domain, right? You also get the ability to edit this browser tab. So when it's up, right, you see all these little browser tabs up here, they're all named something. You can choose what you want that to be named. So you're going to hit that pencil icon, and then right here, lastly, your website description. This is important. This is what's going to help with SEO. So you have 160 characters, not a whole lot of room, but right, if I were to go to Google and I were to say Canva, ooh, not there. Not there either. So obviously I go to this page a lot. Canva websites, right? So if I were to look up Canva websites, this is your first 160 characters that you see right there, right? So whatever 160 characters that you're putting right in here, that's what people are going to see within Google. So that's why I say it's important to make sure whatever you're putting in here, it speaks to what the page is about, and it gets people to click on it, right? It's going to also, like I said, help with your SEO. If someone were to type in some of the keywords that you have in that description, your stuff could potentially come up. So from there, another pro to having the website feature instead of the presentation mode, right, is I can enable password protection. So maybe that's something if you were hosting an event amongst your team, right, and you don't necessarily want it to get out somewhere. You can have it password protected. You can also hide it from search engines. That's another option. Because as soon as I publish this and this goes live, it will be open to the public. Anybody, are people really going to go to 5151 earldrive.my.canva.site on their own? Probably not, right? They're probably getting that link from somewhere. But it is public now. So as soon as I hit publish, and it's converting it, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Also, I want you to see this little bar graph right up here. You get analytics. You get insights on the website for free, which is really nice. So let's go view the website. So here's what it looks like. Those are your names, right? I told you each page depends on what you name it. That's what it looks like. And as I scroll through, it just kind of all comes together. And that's why I said we're a little, on this particular design, we wanted it to be a little bit more photo visual heavy rather than text. It's just a little easier to digest that way. Also, I want to note when one of our marketing team members, when she built this out, her last page was like a vision board kind of brand kit. So that also published with it. So if you were to have anything else additional in there that you really didn't want to get published, make sure you delete it before you publish, because everything within that project will publish together. And so if I'm at the top, right, if I hit living room, it'll take me down to that one. If I want to see backyard, it'll take me down to this one. So this would be a really, if you begin to find a template that you really like and you've built a template that speaks to your brand, let's say this is it. You can just every single time keep this template, change out the images, change out the details. And let's say that altogether maybe takes you a half hour each time you get a new listing. Well, that's not a whole lot of time. So you just took a half hour of your time and you can show your sellers, look, I just created a website for you. You also get analytics on that, like I said. So you can say, look at how much traffic that we've, sent to your website. You can drive traffic from social media pages, right? So if you're driving traffic from YouTube or from Facebook or Instagram, and you're saying, make sure you check out my website, my single property website, or check out the 5151 Earl Drive website. You can direct them there to kind of increase that traffic. Any questions so far?
Are there any other buttons you can add or engagement or?
Yes, so within here, you can add PNG, you can use JPEG, you can add video. You can also embed links. So if I wanted to maybe link back to my home website, right? The website that I use for everything. I could direct people back there. So yeah, you can embed, like I said, websites, videos, which is great. If you have a video to embed in here, it will work. And then also PNGs and JPEGs. I think now this was the presentation mode. I think now that I kind of zoomed out a little bit, I should be able to show you guys what that looked like. No, it's just still not wanting to show me. Alright, well, anywho, oh, here we go. You can take this website feature. Again, this was built as a presentation, so it's not going to have the same create your domain, add your SEO, get your insights. It's not going to necessarily look like that. But just so you guys see what you can do without the website feature, and this is the presentation feature, even though it says that right here. I'll show you guys what the differences look like. So that was the scrolling. We already actually went through that. It doesn't have the navigation at the top. Here's classic navigation. Remember, whatever you name the design, that's what's going to pop up right here. Menu, you have that view. But notice, here, if you still have that long, ugly URL, it's not the domain name that is hosted by Canva. So this is what we were missing, and I was trying to show you guys last time. But now you guys can see it. Again, once you create that presentation, you're able to, in presentation mode, make sure you name every single tab, and then you're going to resize it to website. And then once you do that, you will then be in website mode, and you will have this publish website button. Let me show you guys. I'm going to unpublish it to show you what it looks like if you choose one of the other options. Publish. Now, if I want to do purchase a new domain through Canva, I can just start searching. Let's start with ArcadiaDreamHome.com. Is it available? Yep, it's available. So instead of 5151earl.my.canva.site, instead of that, I've decided I want ArcadiaDreamHome.com. I would pay $18.99 to claim the domain for 1 year. Here's some alternatives that are available if this wasn't available. So that's another option for you. And then remember, I mentioned the last option is use an existing one. So if you already have one, it does take, I read, about 72 hours for it to transfer and to connect. But this is just the domain. Everything is hosted through Canva. Remember, free users, 5 sites at a time for free. Paid users, unlimited. Any questions on that? You guys feel confident to be able to create a website now? Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. So now we'll switch gears. I want to show you guys video. How many of you guys have created video within Canva? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. The This makes me happy. All right, so this is back at our homepage. I'm going to close out of all of this just so we don't have too many things popping up. All right, so this is our homepage, right? I'm always going to start, when I'm trying to build out a video, I like to do mobile video. Now, mobile video, let's see, templates. Mobile video, the dimensions as I hover over this, 1080 by 1920. That is going to be your long vertical, right? So that's going to be good for short form video. That's good for Reels, that's good for TikTok, that's good for YouTube Shorts. This is the right size specs that you want. Now, if I wanted to do, you know, a wide video, a horizontal video for YouTube, I wouldn't choose the mobile video. I would just do video by itself. But today I want to show you guys the mobile size, because that's what's trending right now, right? Everyone wants to digest their content in 60 to 90 seconds or less. So that's what we're going to show today. Now, here are a bunch of templates already ready to go. As I hover over it, Pro, those are only for your paid users, right? If it doesn't have that little crown at the bottom right, this is a free one. I know sometimes it's hard to look past this and be like, okay, well, I'm not doing a photo shoot, so like that's not going to work for me. Sometimes it's hard to see past that, and that's okay. This one's pretty easy right here. I'm going to customize this. And I'm going to say, there's already these pages created. So if I were to play this right now, do you need the C? Right? Obviously, we don't have the C in Arizona. So we can change this and we can make it whatever we would like. So instead of do you need the C, I'm going to go to page 5 and I'm going to say the sun. Do you need the sun, right? Maybe this is a video that we want to share with people when they're, you know, winter mode, in hibernation, back east, and we've got beautiful sunshine here in Phoenix. So, all right, these templates are already here, but I just changed the text. Now I need to change what content is within it. I'm going to, in Elements, there's going to be a section for videos. Just so you guys know, there are a ton of stock videos related to Arizona. So let me do Phoenix, Arizona. There are so many in here. Maybe I want to do, ooh, I just saw Camelback in there. I like that one. So I can pop this into this one instead. Now, that video is 26 seconds long, so I need to come in here and I need to trim it to match these other ones. So I'm going to trim it down to, let's say, 1.4. All right, so now we have Camelback. Now we're going to change this next one. Maybe I want to do Arizona golf. All right, so here's a golf course. I mean, this is the beauty of it, really. This is the big sell of why would I want to create video in Canva, is they have all of this footage, all this B-roll ready to go. So if you're like, oh, I really want to have a drone shot of the desert, but I don't have time to get out to the desert and to do this myself, you are a paid user. You have the access to use all of these things without any licensing issues. You are able to use this. So maybe this is what I want to do. I'll pop this one into page 2. Remember, we're going to trim it down to 1.4. Oh, 1.2, good enough. Maybe I want to do hiking, right? I'm just trying to attract people to want to move to Arizona. And I took an existing template that already, I don't really have to think a whole lot. All I have to do is decide, okay, what videos do I want in each one? Phoenix, Arizona. I'll do maybe a city view.
Can you add your own videos at this point?
Yes. So if I did, let's say I had my own drone footage, I can put that in there. Yeah, you can put any of your own videos. So what you would do is you would go into the upload section right here, and then I would just upload my own files right from here. But if you didn't, right, there is a long, long library of footage for you to use. If you guys have ever used the app called CapCut, It's a video editing tool. They also have a library of stock videos, but what I've noticed with theirs, if you ever try to type in Arizona, there is one video. There is one video for all of Arizona, and I'm like, well, that's not gonna work for me. So having all of these different, maybe I'll type in Sedona, right? So we'll put that here. I'm almost done, you guys, and we won't spend too much time on this. So let's put it all together. And I'd have to change that one out. But that's just a way to, you can make it really as long as you want. But remember, for YouTube Shorts, you want it less than 60 seconds. Instagram, TikTok, I would say you want it less than 90 seconds. 30 to 60 is your sweet spot. And then when I'm ready, I share, and then you're going to download MP4. You want to make sure you're downloading it as an MP4, and maybe I don't want those last 2 pages because we didn't edit them. And now I'm going to download. And then the quality, right, you saw it was at 1080 was the resolution. That's, I mean, you can see kind of the speed when I'm doing it at a higher resolution. It's not the highest resolution possible, but it is still fairly good. That's about how long it takes, so not awfully long. I personally, what I was talking about earlier with using the app, I like to build it here. Then on my phone, I'm going to open up the app. I'm going to download it to my phone because chances are I'm going to pop it into Instagram, right? And so rather than, it's not going to do me a whole lot of good to have it here. I really want it here. I mean, I could email it to myself or something, but that's why I say build it here, download the video here, so that way I can easily transfer it to Instagram. Yeah?
Question, I missed where you were able to change the resolution. Where was that at?
Let me show you. No, you're good. As soon as it's done downloading,
Okay.
I will show you, let's see.
Can you already share on social if you have your Instagram account linked to your Canva?
Yes, you can. I'll show you that too. So, all right, it all just came together. This is what it is. Right, and then I got rid of those last 2 pages. So this is all we've got. It was 13 seconds. So when I share and I download, Sam, right here, this is the quality, right? So if I want as high as possible, you do have to be a paid user. And then to share to social media, share on social, these are the pages you can share to. So it's pretty much everything but YouTube. I can share directly from Instagram. What it would do is I click on it, it would prompt me to log in to my account, and then I can directly share from there. Also, if you're a paid user, you can schedule. So let's say you had an open Monday, you didn't have any appointments, right? You're like, I'm just gonna hammer out content. You can do that, and while you're here, schedule it out. And I'm gonna say, all right, this is gonna go out on Saturday at, you know, whatever time you want to do it. Next, where do I wanna, these are the ones I already am logged into. We're gonna schedule it out to Facebook, right? And then it's scheduled. Once I hit that last button, once I hit the schedule button, it will go out Saturday at 11:31 a.m. Any questions on that? I show the video because I know sometimes you hear video, right? And it's a lot of work sometimes to put all of that together. So that's why I say rely and use these resources that are you maybe already paying for. Use this to create footage, and then maybe, just an example, if this was my masterpiece, this was my ending, what I do is I pop it into Instagram, and instead of that cheesy music that was playing, right, I turn that down, and maybe I do a voiceover. And I do a fun fact. Did you know Arizona gets 300 days of sunshine every year, right? And so maybe I'm adding more to that and making it personal. With the audio, just so you guys know, there is, let's go back into Elements. There should be, here's an audio section. All the audio that you can pair with this is going to be your elevator music. It's stock music. You're not going to find top 40 trending music within here. And you don't have to put music with it. Like if you already know, I'm going to pop this into Instagram and I'm going to use Justin Bieber, there's no need to really add this. That's just another element that might make it a little bit larger to download. So you really don't need to use the songs, but if you do want to use it, because maybe it's going through an email and you don't have music for it, right? You can use, they've got all sorts of things, but like, I don't know what epic category means. Yeah, it's epic. So yeah, you can come in here and you can search. So let's say summer.
I got my.
Okay, like I don't really know how they categorize all this stuff, but yeah. So if I did want to add this in here, right? So I'd pop it in here, and it would be right in there. So now I've got two pieces of audio. So I would want to delete this one. So I'm going to click on the original one it came with. I'm going to delete it, and then you can adjust it, right? So it is already adjusted for the duration of the video, and then there's a few other effects within this. Any questions on that video piece?
How would you add your own voiceover instead of that music track?
Yeah, so voiceover you're going to do within whatever app, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, so wherever you're uploading it to, that's the app that you're going to go into and do a voiceover. All of those have a feature where there's going to be a button. Once you upload, once the video's in there, your next page, there's going to be probably like a little volume icon. When you click on that, there should be a button that says voiceover. And from there, you can click that voiceover button and you can record whatever you want, and that will overlay on top of your 13-second video.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, I use that quite a bit because I always use this example where if people start to walk through the house, maybe they're doing a tour through a house and they don't want to necessarily disrupt if someone's around them, or maybe they're walking through and they're like, oh, I don't want to sound out of breath and like I'm taking all these steps, right? So they just do the video, then when they come home and they put it all together, then at home they start to go through their notes, and then they can even just read off of it, and they can say, okay, because no one's watching you do the voiceover, right? So you can read off of your notes for that. So with the video, I would say you're going to most likely need a pro account to do all this, because if you notice, a lot of the footage is for pro users. However, if you are uploading your own content, free users can do that, right? They are not limited. I think one of the most cumbersome parts of all of creating video is looking past these templates and being like, okay, yeah, this doesn't work for me, right? I'm not doing a shoe release, right? So it's kind of being able to look past some of these and thinking, okay, how can I transform this? Here's a real estate one. How can I transform this into something that works for me? I want to show you guys a couple that we've done within here recently. We've got a ton of different designs. So let me show you. Recently, I'll just type it in here. This was one where everything you see in here, this is all stock video that is already uploaded into so each one of these clips is already something that we have on file. So we don't have to go to each one of these places to get the footage, right? We made sure it was less than 60 seconds so it would work on every single platform. There was one she recently did. I really liked the waterfalls, if you've seen that one. She just created this a couple weeks ago. And when Anna at the beginning was mentioning that she has her Facebook page with all this content, this is the kind of stuff that is in there, where if you want one of these, let's see, it's loading here. But some of these waterfalls aren't actually in Arizona, but we make right? There was a Fossil Creek within there, so she just kind of made it whatever. But
People come here looking for those.
Yeah.
I can't find this.
Hey, there's some actually really cool spots here with some cool waterfalls. I just went to one and I was like, this is Arizona? But examples like that where it's really nice to be able to check that box for the community content, right? The local, and you kind of are able to show what it's like to live in Arizona. All right, so the next piece that we're going to talk about is that AI I was mentioning. There is a tool, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this, but essentially, you can take, here's me. This is kind of funny.
We are practicing our AI tools within Canva today.
It's very weird because this headshot of me, I am like smiling. I am cheesing. So I'm not sure why this girl is like angry.
We are practicing our AI tools within Canva today.
I did this one.
Today we are learning all things Canva. Once you leave, you should feel confident on how to build a single property website, create short-form video for social media, integrate AI into your Canva designs, and understand advanced photo editing tools. If you would like to dive more into Canva or any additional digital marketing strategies, please reach out to your Chicago title sales executive.
All right, so this is one of them. So if I were to go into, okay, so this is home, right? We're back at our home page. If I'm going to go into apps, let's see, it should pop up. It's going to be one of the first ones, right here. So this one is called DIDAI Presenter. So all of these apps you see in here, these are third-party tools that Canva has just integrated into their system. So Canva doesn't own these, right? They're just showcasing them and allowing their users to have easier access to them. So when I click on this, say, do I want to use the plugin created by DID? All right, let's see. Use, and you can add this to an existing design or you can create a new one. So let's do, we'll put this in an Instagram post. All right, now my options here. Let's connect. It's going to make me log into my Google account.
Where did you click to get there?
So I went to apps. So here, let me show you.
Apps, and instead of theirs.
So when I'm,
Yeah,
let's go back home. Yep, so you're in apps. And then I looked for the one, it's called DID
Got that.
AI Presenter. So when I clicked on it, I did create a new design.
Okay.
And then you choose what size you want. I chose Instagram size. And so here's the different people you can choose from. You have all these people, or, right, you can upload yourself. So you can upload your own image. Here's me. And then I get to write what I wanted to say. I have 500 characters to write what I said. Let's see. Looking to Phoenix, Arizona. I know just the person for you. All right. So this is what I want it to say. Now you get to choose what language you want it to speak in. That's pretty cool. And then the voice. So there's all, I don't know what each of these people's voices sound like, but there's a lot of options of whom I can choose. So let's say Aria. I want to be Aria. Make sure I'm still connected. And now I can also decide what do I want it to sound like. I want it to sound friendly, right? So I can preview it and hear it.
Looking to move to Phoenix, Arizona? I know just the person for you.
Don't really like Aria's voice. Let's see Ashley's.
Looking to move to Phoenix, Arizona. I know just the person for you.
Still not having it. And so, yeah,
Shouting.
let's see shouting. What is that going to say?
Jenny would be shouting.
Looking to move to Phoenix, Arizona. I know just the person for you.
Whispering, right?
Looking to move to Phoenix, Arizona? I know just the person for you.
Right? So, okay, you've got all these different options.
Is the Ken one automatically angry?
Right?
Just by default?
Yeah. Alright, so now, notice right here, it's a credit to be able to generate it. So I've done this a couple times. You have 20 20 is what you start with, right? You have 20 for free. Once you use the 20, you have to buy more through that company, DIE.com. You purchase more credits. If this is something you want to do, often. So now let's do it. I'm going to generate presenter. I'll make sure it's still on my face. Okay. Generate. There we go. It takes a second. And then so that will take me to 16 credits left. But this could be, a fun tool to add to something if you want to send it out to your sphere. It's kind of like how you would use those emojis or within your phone. Let's see here. But it is creepy.
Looking to move to Phoenix, Arizona? I know just the person for you.
Again, I'm smiling in this photo, so I'm really confused why she's not smiling.
You have it on the angry side.
Yeah, right? It just defaulted to that. Okay, that's one app, right? That's one of the more popular AI apps right now. Another one is called text to image. So also within that app section, text to image, let's do use a new design. Let's do the same size. And when it begins, I get to say what I want it to be. So let's say a monkey on a bicycle with a banana in his hands. Okay, let's see. And now I get to decide what kind of style is it going to be. Let's do photo. Create my image. Well, let's see. The monkey may resemble elephant. An elephant. It just says that it doesn't meet their policies.
Maybe it's the banana in his
I guess. I don't know. We'll see if the elephant can do it. Alright. So there it is. So it gives you a few different... that's kind of weird. But something like this where... Let's start over. Let's take some of their examples. Bohemian rustic event venue at dusk with hanging lights. Sure. See what it comes up with. So it's using AI. What it's doing is it is scanning, truly what it's doing is it's scanning the internet and it's trying to find images that it can find with these same SEO keywords, right? This is nice, right? So if this is an image that I really wanted to use and I didn't really want to scroll through all of the library to try to find it, I can just type it in here, be a little bit more specific about what I want. Let's see what it looks like as a watercolor. It's a watercolor. Photo is probably what you're going to use primarily, but here's what it looks like as a photo color.
So it's not pulling from its own stock, it's pulling from...
No. So it's pulling from the internet, and so that is where people are like, okay, does this lead into copyright issues, right? So what I've been told, and I can't say this for certain with Canva, but with other AI tools out there like Bard or Copilot, what they're doing is they're kind of taking pieces of each one and kind of morphing it together because there is I forget what the percentage is, but there's a rule where it's you can't use 60% of someone's image, right? Whatever that percentage is. And so that's how they're kind of making it okay, is they're taking a piece from this one and a piece from this one, and they're kind of making it its own. But truly, it is scanning from basically the internet. But again, I don't know where Canva is sourcing. I would assume the internet as well, but I don't know. We're evolving this new technology. Yes, I see that. So that's one of the more popular ones right now, even though you saw it's kind of weird sometimes. And then lastly, I think my favorite thing with this is, all right, here's my blank design. There is a Canva assistant. So when you're in a design, if you ever see this little sparkles at the bottom right, I can click on this, Magic Write. So Magic Write, kind of like ChatGPT, it's a paid option. So if I click on Magic Write, I want to say create 5 bullet points on why someone wants to move to Phoenix, Arizona. Right, so it just gave me, you can't see this, let's zoom in just a bit. So it gave me my 5 bullet points. Again, just like Canva, where it's basically generating the solution to what your prompt is. And so these are the 5 bullet points why. And from here, maybe then I begin to build out my design. And maybe I want to do a carousel post, and each one is one of these bullet points. So number 1, warm and sunny, low cost of living, diverse, etc. So it does, without you having to, I guess, go to ChatGPT, copy, paste, put it in here, it's already ready to go right in here. So again, that is with Canva Assistant, and that is with Magic Write.
And so I can create that picture and then just do whatever I want with it. I can post it.
Yep. Yes, because as a Canva account user, right, you created it through here, so you wouldn't have any liability because it's directed from here, right? Any questions on the Magic Write? No. Another thing that if you do have the Pro version and you have not used this yet, don't know who this is, so. But if I wanted to create a design, that's kind of blurry. If I wanted to create a design with this gal's headshot, just so you know, when you hit edit photo, you have the option to do your background remover. That's always a really handy one to have if you're building out your designs. So that way it's pretty good too, where sometimes it used to at the beginning, there would be like pieces of your skin cut out a little bit. But now it's really good with that background remover. So if you're gonna overlay that maybe on any of your marketing pieces, this is a good tool to know. Let's revert back. The Magic Eraser is exactly what it sounds like. Is maybe I want to get rid of this lamp shade right here, this pendant. Okay. Well, that definitely did not do what I wanted it to do. And you know, sometimes it does this, where it's just not exactly what I want. On here, let's see, what I can do is brush over the image. So again, we'll try to do this. Alright, continue, and instead of that lampshade there, I want the sun. Right? Let's see if it's going to do it. Notice it says it's in beta, so they're working on it. Well, there's a little bit of the sun there. But that's what it's supposed to do. So those are some of your photo editing tools. This one uses AI. These are just general photo editing tools. But the background remover is definitely one that I think everyone should know about and should use. These are all going to be for your paid users, right? Let's see. Let's see if we can find a better photo that I have of in here. We could do maybe this kitchen.
So if you had that kitchen, how would you overlay your photo?
Yeah. All right, let's do it. So I'm going to expand this to fill the whole square here. Let's zoom out. Notice it's sized to be a square, so you are going to cut some of it off. Let's just put it right here. All right, now if I want to overlay me, pretend this is me, I'm going to notice that this photo is highlighted, right? It has the little box around it. So I am still selecting that element. I'm going to hit edit photo, background remover, and all of a sudden this gal is going to be in here without, you know, all of that was behind her. And so we could put that right here. This, if you guys are doing YouTube videos, this is really how people are generating their thumbnails. And you know how the thumbnails people are like making crazy faces and it's like zoomed in on their face and then there's text next to it, right? This is how people are doing that with that background remover. Again, now I'm highlighting, not her, I'm highlighting the kitchen because you see that box around it. I'm going to edit photo. Let's see if this will take away the clock maybe. Hopefully this one works. What? That is not what we wanted. Alright, so maybe Magic Eraser isn't our best bet. Let's try Magic Edit. Let's take away Pellegrino and replace it with wine. Alright. I mean, it's honestly going to look more or less like the same thing, but I'm curious to see what they do. That one worked out a little bit better. And it looks like there's some options within here of what it's, again, that's a weird wine bottle. But here we go. That's a little bit. There we go. That one worked. Ta-da! So yeah, those are these 3 tools. I think are pretty handy for paid users. This one uses AI, but those are ones to definitely know about. Alright, so we did websites, we did videos, a little bit of AI, a little bit of photo editing. Any questions, guys?
Thank you.
Do you guys feel like you learned a thing or two?
Yeah.
Good. Well,
I have one quick question.
yes.
Remember where you put in when we got 5 ideas of how to move to
Yeah.
Arizona? Isn't there a way in Canva where you can put that in, you already have your colors for your brand picked, and it just shoots out those 5 different things, those 5 different posts, right?
So, do you mean like having that within your brand kit, or okay? So let's go to our brand kit right here. So Brand Hub is their new name for it. Brand kit, because you can have multiple brands. You can have multiple kits within a hub. So here's ours. So you have your logos, your colors. Now you could within here. You could, I guess, in maybe quotes or captions. No. So what this is, I mean, I guess you could, right? So I could choose my font. Let's say this is my font. And then every time I want to do a title, I want it to say Lindsay Sanchez. And every time I want it to be a subtitle, I want it to say Chicago title. And every time I want it to say a header, it could be one of those things, right? So if it's something that you're going to use on a frequent basis, you could, yeah. But you would have to generate it from Magic Write and then copy and paste it and put it into your brand kit.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have an option in here to generate it right here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Well, thanks for coming today, guys. And also, remember Anna's Facebook group page. I just this morning finished the July content calendar. So that's another thing that she adds in there is every month I create a content calendar, which just gives you 31 ideas of things to post. So yeah, so that's done and that will be in there today.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.